Warren, Rust Sports, and United Day in the dirt here with Gas. Cracking day and very unusual for a motorcycle launch. So unlike most launches where you're just getting a single range, we've been put through our paces today. So we've had e-mountain bikes, trials, most difficult thing to do during the day, motocross and enduro. And one of the things that I loved about today was the fact that you just got to do things that is right outside of your block hole. You know, generally I like riding motocross and enduro, so the trials for me was a difficult thing. But Stuart was on hand here and gave us some really good pointers in how to ride trials and how to find balance points and everything. Bikes were really nice. We'll start with the trials bikes first. You know, as I said, trials is not my thing generally, but you know, by the end of half an hour with Stuart on the Gas bikes, just found them really easy to ride and found balance points and a renewed interest in actually getting finer skills on the bike. JB did the mountain bikes. I'm going to let him do that, and then we hopped onto the motocross bike, and the motocross bikes were fabulous. So I started on the 125, really nice bike. Lot of clutching needed as you would on a two-stroke, but great course. The bike suspension was great for me. I'm 190 pounds, 6 foot tall, and that 125 had plenty of power. The second gear was a little bit long, so I probably do a little bit of re-gearing on that, but otherwise the bike was great. I hopped on the 250 after that, quite a change from the 125, and then onto the 450, and surprisingly the 450 was just fabulous. You know, in the paddock it felt heavy and loads of power, but actually out on track it felt super light. The suspension was plush and you could actually short shift that 450. It was really quite point and shoot, so I didn't find the bike oversteered or understeered. It was quite precise coming into the corners. Conversely, the 250, I think we'd have to just check the torque settings on the triple clamps, because the bike tended to oversteer a little bit and the power was a little bit in the wrong place for the motocross track, in my opinion anyway. We then hopped onto the enduro loop and I started on the EC350, really nice bike. I ride both the KTM and FE350, so it was nice to get a comparison. The bike felt really nice, quite stable, also again quite precise. But on the hill climbs, I just found the gearing on the 350, you know, a little difficult. It was quite tricky, particularly it was very rocky and very slippy. So to try and find traction on that EC350 in the tight conditions was a little bit challenging, but the bike was, you know, really nice. Hopped onto the 250 after that, and conversely to the motocross track where I found the gearing and the power just in the wrong place. In the enduro side, it was bang on, man. What a nice bike to ride. The power was and the gearing was just perfect. The hill climbs are really easy. Nimble bike over the rocks, and yeah, just my pick of the day really for the enduro side. And then hopped on the two-stroke 250 and liked it, but I think right at the end of the day I can't really say anything about that. I was super tired and I really couldn't do the bike any justice, but I think, you know, that two-stroke is again really nimble. But I've got to take my hats off to Gas. Cracking day out here, and I think from a communication standpoint, if they are looking for this to be an introduction to motorcycles for a wide genre of people, you know, they hit the nail on the head here. So it was been a cracking day of just riding different types of motorcycles that otherwise I wouldn't have. Cheers.